Hi there, this is Rajat here from Startup Frat and welcome to this video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the vehicle approach, Now, if you are into your own business, if you're into your own small business, like you own a travel agency or you're like a restaurant owner, salon owner, anything like that, like a brick and mortar business, or you're into commission selling, which basically means you're into, let's say, network marketing or selling financial products or real estate, or if you have a private practice in your own profession, like you're a doctor, lawyer, chartered accountant, etc., then this video is very important for you. Now, when it comes to personal brand building or getting an unlimited flow of leads and talking to those leads, whether it is one-on-one or whether it is mass media, then this particular approach, which is called the vehicle approach, is going to be super critical. Now, coming on the heels of the celebrity interview that we did last Friday, you would have seen that our celebrity of the week, Commander Prakash, he was extremely strong on the healthcare front and then on the make money front. And this was very unique and in many ways quite, I would like to say that it's so unique that when the first time I heard it, it was weird to me because nobody becomes that specialized in two big master markets. Yeah. So if you go out onto the internet, you will see a lot of people are talking about, hey, you got a micro niche, go really deep and, just find a micro market that you can target, that you can have your personal blue ocean or whatever. It's very different and unique to find somebody who is extremely strong at two big mega markets. And usually when you see people talking like that in generalities, hey man, I do this as well as this, sometimes the thought is going in your mind, hey, guess you must not be good at either of them. That's why you're doing two of them or three of them or four of them, right? But in this particular case, it was entirely the opposite. And the level of specialization and the level of insight and knowledge was very, it was very motivating. And to top it all off, coming from a person who has started this business post his retirement from a government job, which basically means he had no prior experience of doing business, no prior experience of make money initiatives or anything like that, and definitely no prior experience of the healthcare market, right? So I kind of went back and I did a analysis of the interview, just watched it on my own time. And then I just tried to get like really deep, incisive into what is the reason that there are some people who are very easily able to sell products, whether the company is creating products or something, and they're able to sell products. Or if they're into a emotional kind of a partnership kind of a model, they're very quickly able to garner like a lot of partnership offers in the market, lots of expansion of the business through partnerships and things like that, right? So again, like I said, so that gave me the idea that I should attack this topic, which is the vehicle approach. Now, what usually happens is people who are novices in business, they keep talking about the product. Okay, so you are over here, the prospect is over here, you are showing the prospect the product is over here. Okay, a lot of people are even more elementary. They do it, even they kind of do it a little wrong. They're over here, the product is here, and they're talking to the prospect over here. Okay, so that is not the way to do it. You never meet and you just directly talk about the product, unless your product is like so simple and cheap. If it's like inside of 3,000 rupees, then anyway you don't need to be investing time in talking about it. Just put it on your Amazon shop or something, or just put it onto if you're doing digital, just put it on a digital funnel, let it sell by itself. But let's say people are talking only about the product, right? So the discussion kind of just remains within this little circle. There are many things that the prospect has subconsciously going out through their mind that they themselves don't understand, that they themselves are not explored. So there is this level of little bit of noise in the prospect's brain, and at the end of it, they are going to say, okay, what is the price? How does it work, etc. Okay, let me think about it and get back to you, right? Let me think about it and get back to you. In this particular case, what happens is this is a very unique about financial planners and mutual fund sellers, right? They'll just always come, show up, and they'll say, well, what are you doing about your investments? and you're like, obviously you're not going to tell anybody what you're going to do about your investments or your financial planning or something, and they'll immediately assume that their product is going to solve the problem. They'll sit across from you, they'll open their brochures, well, this is what my product does, etc. In fact, it's become so bad and so weird today that if anybody calls you and says, hey, we'd just like to just do your financial planning, or I'm your relationship manager, I wanted to meet you and just talk about your funds or something like that, in your mind that this this is going to be a complete waste of my time, and they're going to try to sell me some mutual funds, and the attitude of the customer by itself becomes like you're always kind of blocking that communication, right? So so what is the ideal process? What is the ideal process? The main thing is that the product helps the prospect to achieve a result. Okay, so the product helps the prospect to achieve something called a result. All right, and you should always map to the result. Okay, now in this particular scenario, if I would, if you're a mutual fund advisor or a insurance advisor or something, you don't talk about people's investments. Hey man, you have cash in your bank, why don't you make an extra few return? The return is 5%, why don't I give you some investment options? You got to talk about the end result, which is, I just wanted to talk about, I'm a retirement specialist. I'm a retirement planner for people who are, if the prospect is 35, for people who are 35 years old with 2 kids and have just hit, a streak of high income streak in their careers, just like you have. Is this something that interests you? Because a lot of people of your age, when they're on a high, sometimes they use, a little more conservative investment options that put them behind the market, and all of that being behind the market by even 1 or 2% a year compounded over the next 20 years can really not do you a great favor. So always talk about some far off end result, okay, end result that you do, and then map to the end result rather than the product. The product is not in the picture right now. Now what happens is that whoever created the product, assuming you did not create the product, there's a company who created the product, or if you're a coach, consultant, trainer, or a private practitioner, if it's your own product, then there is a technology behind the product. Okay, or there is there is some procedural rationale behind the product. Yeah, there is some procedural rationale. This is the little reason why this product exists. Okay, now you're gonna hone down on this particular rationale. Okay, and map to the result. And during this whole discussion, okay, you're going to talk only about this, which could be the technology or the procedural rationale. This is what we call the vehicle. Okay, you're going to talk only about that. Okay, and then you're going to say, I truly believe that this particular technology or this particular rationale or this particular technique or this particular little trick or whatever, this little secret is the number one thing that is required in today's market. Yeah, and if we delay it any longer, then we will be losing time. Do you agree with that? The prospect is going to be like, okay, they don't really know what you're talking about. So they're like, okay, I kind of agree. Yeah, it seems that time would be of the essence. And then you bring in the product and you say, there is a particular product that we have created or my company has created, and the reason this product works the best is because 1, 2, and 3 reasons, whatever reasons they could be. Okay, and this product works on this particular rationale, and this product is working very well right now, and the time is right, and I feel we should sign right now. Okay, now the whole story is about the vehicle, which is the rationale, the tip, trick, technique, or procedure that this particular product is based on, and it's mapping to the result. At the very end, you remove the technique and you say that this is the only product in the market that basically takes care of, that basically fulfills this particular technique, and this is the reason that it works. Okay. Now that is the way to actually do a good sell job. Now go back to the interview on Friday. What happened? What happened? This particular gentleman, he's selling, Commander Prakash is selling, he has a nanotechnology product offering, and he's selling it generally to people who are, parents of younger kids, so the kids' performance in competitions increases. That's a super hot market. Yeah. And he's talking about how one particular technology, which is the nanotechnology based nutrition, it improves the brain functioning much faster than regular nutrition. Okay. So that really works very well, and at the end of that he'll say, okay, this is the reason that I'm getting into these particular products. They can really help you, and that's how those products are moving. On the other hand, on the make money front, he has a lot of expertise. If you watch that interview again and again, the interview was budgeted for about 45 minutes but went on for 1.5 hours, is because the level of knowledge about who are the people. Well, I myself had to send my daughter to college in the US. I actually researched in this particular market, which is how do you make money off your investments, and I put my cash corpus into certain mutual funds which gave me this type of return, and it was going very well till current time. Government suddenly imposed 10% taxes on FD returns, and then because of the downswing of the markets, the FD returns actually tanked by another 10-20%. So suddenly now I'm making 30% less returns on my cash corpus, and that is putting me behind my financial goals. Yeah, this is very, very smart and very strong, because this is a true fact, and a lot of other people may be facing this. They may not even know it. They may not even know it. But when you tell them this fact, they'll immediately go back and check all the returns on their mutual funds, FD, and they'll realize, oh yeah, I always thought. So do you have a solution for this? Yes. What I've done is I've gone into an active business where I've partnered with this cloud storage company, and what I've done is I put my money as a quasi investor. I've got some server space that they're leasing out, so it's a buy and lease back model. It's pretty much passive income, and it gives better returns than an FD. Okay, suddenly he's getting checks worth crore rupee plus every month or whatever. Okay, so that is the classic vehicle approach model. Okay, classic vehicle approach model. Now I want to talk about the healthcare angle of it, and the celebrity interview that we're going to have on Friday. And before that, I'm just gonna build a little flow chart for you that's going to really add a lot of value and get you thinking. And then I want you to come and attend our celebrity interview on Friday. All right. So now let's talk about who are these prospects. What are the results they're looking for? What are their pain points? How do we map this whole process, etc. for the health industry, wealth industry, etc. For the health industry, we have how do you do this successfully in the health industry and create 6-figure plus income starting from scratch. Even if all you've done in your entire life is you worked at a job and you've never done any business, you've never been into healthcare industry as a practitioner like a doctor, or even as an advisor or a healer or anything like that. Okay, now how do you do it? How do you go straight from 0 to 6 figures? And you can even tie up with companies like network marketing companies and all. They have great products, but the way people promote them is very, very icky. So you can definitely tie up with good companies. I myself am tied up with 4 or 5 companies, and the products are amazing. If you have the technologies, if you promote it the right way, you can really make a killing. So we're going to have a super special person this Friday who's going to teach us exactly that, how he was able to become in a few months a master of understanding basic healing for a lot of lifestyle diseases, memory loss, Parkinsonism, arthritis, cholesterol, diabetes, back pain, you name it, hair loss, hair whitening. How was he able to suddenly become an expert in all of these different health problems, and how was he able to quickly pivot, create his own programs, tie up with a network marketing company and go 6 figures in a leadership position with this particular company using this vehicle approach that I just shared with you. All right. So if you want to be notified of that interview, just write notify me in the comments. Just write notify me in the comments, and we will be notifying everybody personally when we go live on the live stream. All right. Now, what are these results that you need to that you need to map for, what, who are these prospects, how do you just chisel down to what is the right thing to do. At the end of the day, there are four big hooks. Everybody wants to make money. This is a mega hook. You can talk about retirement plans, you can talk about kids' needs, you can talk about kids' education, you can talk about kids' marriage, lifestyle requirements, etc. Okay, just like last week Celebrity Commander Prakash had the he had the personal story saying I myself had sent my kids to school in the US, to college in the US, and I was, because of the recent change in returns on mutual funds, I was unable to help my cash corpus generate enough cash flow to help me fund for that. And that's a big problem a lot of people may be facing. On the health side, he's talking about younger kids, parents of younger kids who are approaching or who are going to appear for competitions and things like that, how better nano nutrition can improve their brain function, help them to perform better in competitions. Both of them are very time sensitive requirements. You can't delay it. Once you know the vehicle, you cannot delay it. The prospects are more likely to sign fast. Okay. Similarly, so make money, you can have many different connotations of make money. You can just have some micro niching on that. The second is health. Okay, health, whether it's health problems or a lot of people want to be healthy, starting today. If they're 30, if they're just about between 25 and 30, hair loss is a big problem. At 30 to 35, you're suddenly starting to put on a lot of weight. That becomes a big problem. You never see it coming because your metabolic rate drops and suddenly you're putting on weight after 30. It's a big problem. Between 35 and 45, performance in your career is a big problem. If your health is good, you will perform better in the career. If your health is, energy levels are down and things like that, then you won't be able to take the pressure, the performance pressure at your job or something like that. Okay. And you can so there are positive aspects, positive connotations, which is, hey, how can you perform better, how can you be a better version of yourself, etc. And there are negative drivers, which is, do you have a disease, do you have bone pain, back pain, do you have hair loss, do you losing eyesight or something like that. Okay, so you can have a disease focus also. The third thing is, people today are looking at a lot of options how they can become better human beings. Okay, which includes relationships. How can I have better spousal relationship? How can I be a better parent? How can I be a better son or daughter to my parents? How can I have run around, or how can I circulate in a better community? People want to circulate in a better community of like-minded people. Yeah, they feel very empowered if they can break out of the rigmarole of the same friends and family and get into an empowering community. Okay, at this point, I'd just like to remind you, if you're watching this video anywhere outside the Startup Frat Hangout, which is our mastermind on Facebook, then I want you to head over to startupfrat.club/Facebook and join our Startup Frat mastermind on Facebook. Yeah, that's where all the best, most empowering people are. Yeah, and that's where all the fun is happening. That's where all the real stuff is happening. Okay, so if you're going to watch this video at a later stage, we may be publishing elsewhere. If you're watching this video anywhere outside the Startup Frat Hangout, like on YouTube or something, then you want to head over to startupfrat.club/Facebook. Okay, the startupfrat.club/Facebook. Okay. Better community, better human beings, better relationships, better community. Then people want to develop new skills. Okay, people want to develop new skills. People want to play the guitar, people want to learn how to sing, people want to learn how to paint, people want to learn how to do PUBG. They want to develop new skills. They want to drive, they want to be better drivers. A lot of people really want to be better drivers. But they are unable to learn, they are unable to understand, that they don't have the time to hire a good coach. They may already have a license. Yeah, so they may have taken the car training, or somebody must have trained them how to drive a car. They must have applied, gone through the test, and all of that is fine. But you really need to, different cities in India have different traffic patterns, different ways in which, things happen. And you can really help people by teaching them how to drive better. A lot of this information can also be relayed over the internet. That means you can do it pan-India rather than only in your local area. So you don't have to become a driving instructor by profession. But if you have a good driving skill, you can definitely attract, put some secrets together, definitely attract people from all over the country and have them pay you for it. So it's a great make money option as well. Okay, so people want to develop better skills. These are the four big markets. These are the 4 big markets. Okay, now you're going to have 2 types of prospects. Okay, let's start with the prospect. Prospect who has a problem and prospect who doesn't have a problem. Prospect who has a problem or doesn't have a problem. Okay, in fact, let's just talk about the people who probably already have the problem, because if we run anything like Facebook ads or something, they're only going to strike the people who have a problem. Let us say a prospect who understands or recognizes that they have a problem, and people who don't recognize that they have a problem. Don't recognize. Sorry for the handwriting. I qualified as a medical doctor, and by the time you go through medical school, you're writing so fast, all these journals and thesis and all that, your handwriting goes for a toss. That's why no doctor has a good handwriting. Okay. A prospect who understands, recognizes the problem, prospect who doesn't understand, recognize the problem. If you saw the celebrity interview last week, you'd see Kamala Prakash was talking about nanonutrients can help young kids perform better in competitions because normal nutrition is not able to provide, X, Y, and Z results. A lot of people probably don't even recognize this problem. Can nutrition help my kid perform better? I didn't know that. I always thought if I pay the next best coaching class, get the best tutor, get the best at-home coach or something like that, send them to one more tutoring class or something, they'll probably perform better. Yeah, but nutrition can help your brain perform better. A lot of people may not even understand that. Okay, so people who recognize, people who don't recognize. Then people who don't recognize, who are the other 2 types of people? People who are, let us say, people who understand and recognize. Yeah, people who understand and recognize, they may have 2 types of variations. Yeah, people who know how to do it or are researching how to do it, and people who don't know how to techniques, how they can do it themselves. What are the different, what are the different vehicles, what are the different methodologies through which this problem can be solved. Okay, so people who are researching how to, people who are not researching, they know they have a problem, but they don't know what to do. They just have the problem, that's it. Okay, then people who are researching how to, there are people who know your competition. They know your competition, which means they have done their research, and people who don't even know your competition, which means they don't know the players. Okay, people who know your competition, people who don't know your competition, they don't know the players involved in the game, because if you're there in the market, chances are there are other people also there in the market. Okay, they may not be a direct competition, but in the prospect's mind, they may think that, okay, I'll just like to give the example of network marketing. Network marketers fail to understand who they're competing against. Amway people think they're competing against Vestige. That is not right. You're competing against mutual funds. You're competing against Bitcoin. You're competing against every single possible way there is in the economy today to make money, or to make passive income, or to make extra income. They're competing against Fiverr. Why can't I write blogs on Fiverr? Why can't I edit photos on Fiverr and make money from that? Why do I need to do this network marketing and sell your soap? That's what the prospect is thinking. So your competition is not just the competition that you know at your level of specialization. It's the competition that prospect thinks there exists at their level of ignorance. Their level of ignorance. So think about it from that angle. Okay, so prospects who know your competition, they know what are the options they have. Prospects who don't know the players or other people who are playing in the game, which could be other companies just like yours, other distributors just like yours, other brands just like you, etc., etc. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to have a product pitch. Okay, you want to have a competitive, there's something called a competitive product pitch. You want to have a competitive product pitch over here. You want to have a 3 secrets product pitch over here. Okay. You want to have a vehicle product pitch over here. These are the different kinds of product pitches that you have. And then of course, there are prospects who don't even have that problem. You can just run some ads. There are these formats are called top of the funnel ads, and see if anything strikes. Otherwise, just run an ad for about 2 weeks and kill it, and that's the end. If you get 15-20 prospects, if you're able to convert the business and make more money than you spent in 2 weeks of ads, that's fine. Otherwise, just sink some money over there and just figure out if there is any interest over there. Okay, so for different types of customer segments, you have different types of product sales pitches. The one that we spoke about today was the vehicle product pitch. Okay, was the vehicle product pitch. Okay, we're going to see the 3 secrets product pitch. We're going to see the 3 secrets product pitch on Friday. How many of you would be excited to learn the 3 secrets product pitch? Yeah, just write notify me in the comments box. Just write notify me in the comments box. All right, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Just stay tuned, stay connected, keep commenting, so that we are able to bring, once we are able to bring you better and better trainings. You don't lose, we don't lose each other in all this traffic noise on the internet. Okay, look forward to seeing you on Friday. Just write notify me. That's it from my side. Bye bye.